those incredible photos, right? Plants just gracefully climbing up a wall, looking like a piece of living art. And you've probably thought, I wish I could do that. Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're breaking down how to turn a simple pothos plant into a stunning feature, and we are going to tackle the biggest question of all. How do you do it without wrecking your walls? I mean, this is the dream, isn't it? Creating a living scenery. It's so much more than just a houseplant in a corner. We're talking about transforming a boring blank space into this cascade of green, bringing a little piece of nature right inside. But then, boom, reality hits. The second you think about attaching anything to a wall, the alarm bells start ringing. You're thinking about holes, peeled paint, and, that security deposit. Honestly, this is the #1 fear that stops people from even trying. Well, you can relax. We've got a super simple 4-part game plan to get you there. We'll start with the vision, then dive into the prep and tools you'll need. After that, I'll walk you through the actual training technique, and we'll finish up with the crucial mistakes to avoid so your walls stay absolutely perfect. So first up, let's just lay it all out, the dream versus reality. It's all about closing that gap between that gorgeous green wall you're picturing and that nagging worry about how to actually pull it off without any regrets. So why a pothos? Well, it's pretty much the perfect candidate for this job. It's beautiful, for sure. It's famously low maintenance, and most importantly, it grows fast. That means you get that lush full wall effect without having to wait around for years. All right, now that we've got our plant picked out, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Section 2, prep, plant, and tools. A little bit of prep work right here at the beginning is what makes the whole thing go smoothly. Trust me. It really just boils down to 3 simple prep steps. First, pick the right location. Second, start with a healthy, happy plant. And third, and this is a small step people often skip, just give the wall a quick clean. You get these 3 things right, and the rest is a piece of cake. So what is the right spot? You're basically looking for a wall that gets a good amount of bright but indirect sunlight. So think near a window, but not where the sun is just beating down on it all afternoon. That harsh, direct sun can actually scorch the leaves. Okay, now for the secret weapon, your no-damage toolkit. The absolute key here is to avoid anything that makes a hole in the wall. No nails, no screws, none of that. Instead, you're going to use things like removable adhesive hooks, those little wall-safe clips, and some soft plant tape. This little kit is your guarantee for a paint-friendly project. All right, we've got our spot, we've got our tools. Now for the really fun part in Section 3, the training technique. This is where we start creating that living wall, and you'll see it's way more about gentle guidance than it is about hard work. And here's the whole process in a nutshell. You start by guiding the first few vines. Then you just add more support as it grows. A little trim here and there will make it look way fuller, and then, just your basic regular care to keep it happy. So you're going to start right down at the base of the plant. Gently take one of the longer vines and just start placing your hooks or clips on the wall, mapping out the path you want it to take. You don't even have to attach the vine yet. Just get your little road map set up first. And this is such a good reminder that you're working with a living, growing thing here. It's not a one-and-done decoration. Pothos can grow surprisingly fast, so just checking in once a week is perfect. When you see new growth, you just pop another hook or clip on the wall to keep guiding it along. Now, this might sound a little weird, but trimming your plant is actually what makes it look fuller and bushier. If a vine starts to get really long and kind of sparse, we call that leggy, just snipping off the end tells the plant to send out new shoots from the sides. This is the pro tip for getting that dense, lush wall of green, instead of just a few long, stringy vines. Okay, we've covered all the do's, so let's lock in our success by talking about the critical don'ts. This section is all about the common mistakes you need to avoid to guarantee that beautiful result with absolutely zero damage. Honestly, the difference between a happy plant and a damaged wall really comes down to this. On one side, you've got the smart way, using removable hooks, guiding the vines, checking in. And on the other side, you've got all the things that cause problems, using harsh glues or sticky tapes, or worse, just assuming the vines will attach themselves. And this right here might be the most important thing to remember. A pothos is not ivy. It's just not. Ivy has these little suction cup things that let it dig into surfaces and climb. Pothos doesn't have that. It 100% relies on you to give it that gentle, non-damaging support. It can't and won't do it on its own. And when you follow these easy steps, this is what you get. The absolute best of both worlds. that stunning, vibrant, living wall that you were dreaming about, and underneath it all, a perfectly clean, totally undamaged wall. No compromises needed. So now that you have the complete blueprint for doing this safely and beautifully, the only question left is the fun one. What are you going to create? Are you going to frame a doorway, make a cool geometric pattern, or just let it go wild across the wall? The possibilities are all yours.